Hello, welcome to the Adventure Corner. I'm your host, Robot Spacer. 6-7. Didn't you make that joke last week? I feel like you're trying to will this into reality. Silver, hello. Thank you for the hello and welcome. Good to see you. Ardvarkshire, sure. Unsecret Crush, hello. Ardventure, sure. We're gonna play some Zork. We have 3 treasures remaining, I think. Let me double check on this. We have 322 points, which is 28 shy of the maximum score. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and then a 17th treasure in our inventory. So that leaves 3. I'm positive that 1 treasure at least is in Hades. I have no idea what the other 2 are or where they are. We've done a pretty good job of exploring, and like I don't even have very many ideas like what other areas I might have missed. So I assume there's like treasures in places I've been to that I just am overlooking or something. Let me see, I had a couple notes maybe. Oh, right. There's the timber in the mine that I feel like has to serve some purpose. It's like, it's a sizable piece of wood. I don't know what we would do with it. I was also, earlier I was pondering the pile of leaves. There's a pile of leaves in the clearing in the forest on top of the grating. And I was trying to remember if the leaves serve any purpose other than to hide the grating. I don't know. Let's see what other items we have. There's a lot of things lying around in the living room here. We have an object which looks like a tube of toothpaste. That's our Frobaz magic gunk, which we finally determined the use for. We had to patch the inflatable boat with it last week. The air pump, also used for the boat. The tan label was inside the boat. The viscous material is the gunk itself. The red buoy we found in the river, also that had a treasure in it. The shovel we used to dig up a treasure. The brass bell is definitely related to Hades. It does some interesting things when we use it down there. And I did have a thought about that. That's probably the first thing we'll try. But I'll talk about that when we get to it. The black book we should take another look at. It has some text in it that's definitely related to all that. I don't know how important it is, but it seems like it's at least hinting at things that are notable. The matchbook. We still haven't used that either. That could be like it's a source of light for a single move. And I feel like it could potentially just be an item that's there to kind of be a potential way to solve some puzzles. Maybe it has some particular use that I overlooked. Like I don't know if it's if it has some important use that we haven't discovered, or like an optional use that we don't really need it for anymore. The burned out lantern we also haven't used. Like, it doesn't seem like it would be anything useful, but brought it back here anyway. The battery powered lantern that we did use for a number of turns. The stiletto, I think, is just a weapon. We got that from the thief, although I should examine that. I'm pretty sure I put it in the... I don't... It doesn't... There's nothing about it that sounds like a treasure, and I think I tried putting it in the case just to make sure. The brown sack is just a brown sack. It had the lunch and garlic in it. The glass bottle, of course, had the water in it. The tour guidebook, I think, is just kind of giving you some lore and other information. Clove of garlic we've used. The screwdriver we've used. The Zork owner's manual, I think, is just a goofy, fun thing. Bloody axe, rusty knife, and nasty knife. We learned last week that I think it was the rusty knife, is kind of a cursed weapon. The other two, I think, are just normal weapons that you can use to fight enemies. The skeleton key we used to open the grating, and then, of course, all our treasures. So yeah, that's not a ton of things we haven't used yet. Let's take the bell and the book. Black book. Oh, should switch scenes also. Sorry about that. So let's read the book. The Black Book. Commandment 12,592. O ye who go about saying unto each, Hello, sailor. Dost thou know the magnitude of thy sin before the gods? Yea, verily, thou shalt be ground between two stones. Shall the angry gods cast thy body into the whirlpool? Surely thy eye shall be put out with a sharp stick. Even unto the ends of the earth shalt thou wander, and unto the land of the dead shalt thou be sent at last. Surely thou shalt repent of thy cunning. So I don't know if this is meaningful at all. Also, I really would love to understand why we now become a ghost every time we die. I don't know if it's possibly because I said hello sailor a couple times, or if that was just coincidence, and maybe it's like it starts happening once you get a certain number of treasures or something. I don't really know. I was hoping that would... I swear I remember something in the game about like repeated actions. Why is greeting a sailor a sin anyway? I don't know. It seems like the gods just don't appreciate it. Nothing happens here. I swear there was some text somewhere in the game, I thought it might have been in this book, about doing things repeatedly. And I was wondering if we should maybe try ringing the bell at the entrance to Hades multiple times. It gets very hot and we drop it, but we could wait until it cools off and pick it up and try it again. I don't know. It's just an idea. It's like... It's one of the ideas that, like, I frequently have had thoughts while playing this, and like I have no idea if this is like me kind of remembering something or just an idea that maybe sounds familiar because I tried it, you know, back when I first played the game or something like that. Let's take another look at the room here. See if I want to grab anything else. I think I'll take the shovel. We should maybe take another look. Mr. Nuclear Monster, hello. Good to see you. Hope you had a good stream. Sunlust Doom Part 9. Nice. I hope you have had a good time playing that. And welcome. We're just playing some Doom 2, the Sunlust Squad. Nice. Love it. Great. We are playing Zork, which is a early text adventure game from Infocom. And I played it back when I was a kid, and it took me 20 years to finally come back to the game and beat it. And now this is the first time I've played it since then. And I'm mostly remembering things slowly as I come across them, but I'm a little stumped at the moment. We have 3 treasures remaining. I think I know where one of them is, but I don't know how to get it. And the other 2, I really have no idea. So we're just kind of talking over our options here and figuring out what to do. Interactive fiction is the best. Glad to hear it. Love Zork. Nice. Super Minox, welcome. Only 170 deaths this stream. Fantastic. Dronon, good to see you. I hope you're doing well. Okay. So, I thought we would read over the matchbook. I think that has some text on it. And the guidebook.
Thanks.
Thank you for the thanks. You're welcome. And I'm going to take the shovel. This list is so long. Let's take the shovel. We'll do things a few at a time here. Let's read the matchbook. Do I have to pick it up first? Okay, it automatically picks it up, which I appreciate. Oh, did we ever read this? This sounds... Close cover before striking. You, too, can make big money in the excited field of paper shuffling. Mr. Anderson of Muddle, Massachusetts says, before I took this course, I was a lowly bit twiddler. Now with what I learned at GUE Tech, I feel really important and can obfuscate and confuse with the best. Okay, this does sound familiar. Dr. Blank had this to say. 10 short days ago, all I could look forward to was a dead-end job as a doctor. Now I have a promising future and make really big Zork mids. GUE Tech can't promise these fantastic results to everyone, but when you earn your degree from GUE Tech, your future will be brighter. Okay, so I don't think that's helpful. Just some jokes and world building stuff, which is good. Let's read the guidebook. Okay. Flood Control Dam Number 3. FCD Number 3 was constructed in the year 783 of the Great Underground Empire to harness the mighty Frigid River. This work was supported by a grant of 37 million Zorkmids from your omnipotent local tyrant, Lord Dimwit Flathead the Excessive. This impressive structure is composed of 370,000 cubic feet of concrete, is 256 feet tall at the center, and 193 feet wide at the top. The lake created behind the dam has a volume of 1.7 billion cubic feet, an area of 12 million square feet, and a shoreline of 36,000 feet. We will now point out some of the more interesting features of FCD number 3 as we conduct you on a guided tour of the facilities. You start your tour here in the dam lobby. You will notice on your right that, and that's all we get to read. Hello, Culinary Disaster. Good to see you. And hello, Hellstrings. Only saw this for DOS. Yeah, it's been on a lot of platforms. Originally a mainframe game, but it's been ported to, I feel like, almost everything since. Love Flood Control Dam number 3. Same. Okay, so drop the guidebook and the matchbook. Well, we'll hold on to the matchbook. Because like I was saying, that's a potentially useful item that we haven't found a use for yet. We don't want to take too many things, but I want to take most of the stuff that we haven't found a use for it. Let's take another look. You're welcome. Okay. You gonna be playing more Racing Lagoon this weekend, Culinary? I think I saw you mentioning that the other time. Guidebook, tube, pump. Okay, yeah, the rest I'm not too worried about. Silver says, my first time playing Zork was on a weird compact suitcase PC, which I think ran its own operating system that wasn't DOS. Interesting. I know we've talked about your suitcase PC before, which is such a great type of computer. Nuclear Monster says, a friend of mine made a multiplayer Zork. Interesting. Very cool. Hello, Puzzle. Good to see you. Hope you're doing good. Okay. Oh, right. Another thing we should think about is uses for the treasures, because some of them have had important uses. For example, the scepter, the egg. Let's look at everything we have here. And of course, the torch has been extremely useful. A large emerald, a chalice. Just kind of pausing to think if there's anything we could do with a chalice. Can't really think of anything. Gold coffin, scepter we've used. The egg and the canary, I think we're good on at this point. I think. I suppose it's possible the canary has some use, but I can't recall anything. The scarab, again, I can't think of anything. Pot of gold, platinum bar, like huge diamond. Those all seem like, you know, they don't seem like items you would use for anything. Jade figurine kind of falls in the same category. Sapphire encrusted bracelet, trunk of jewels, crystal trident. The crystal trident's hard not to think of Colossal Cave, but I don't think it has any use in this. Painting and bag of coins. Silver says, oh right, it was DOS, but it was not normal MS-DOS, but instead a highly customized version that was 100% compatible with IBM's PC-DOS. Interesting. With a grayscale built-in CRT display. Wow. That's fascinating. Okay, and my notes I have a note that says river with dam closed. I think we tried that already. It didn't seem like the dam made much difference in the river. I mean, it's all flowing down a waterfall anyway, so that kind of makes sense. And it seems like there's a short section of river we can go down, and we went to everything on either side that seemed like a... Here's my little map of that area. We went to everything on either side that seemed like any place we could possibly land. So I think we're done with that. And then the timber we should go grab and experiment with. I have no idea what to do with a huge piece of timber, but we'll try. And then I have a note about the Cyclops. We already did that. And then in my items to use, Brass Bell, Black Book, and Matchbook are ones I have written down. Okay. Compact portable. It sold for like $3,000, but I ended up with one many years later from a thrift store for like $50 because it came out way before I existed. Nice. Okay. So I think... yeah, we should have room to pick up at least one additional item. So I think our inventory is okay here. And hopefully we'll be good with just the torch for light. Oh, we don't have a weapon. Wait. Where's my sword? Did we lose the sword? Or did I leave it somewhere? Shit. I don't think it's in the room. I mean, I don't know that we might be okay without it at this point, but it would be good to have. It's adorable. All right, I gotta look at it. I know we talked about it before. That is pretty cute. That's wild. So like the... I'm gonna post the link here in chat. So I love that like the keyboard, I think, like serves as kind of a cover. Like I assume you flip it upside down and then it covers the like display and disk drive area is what it looks like. And it kind of looks like it clips in, which is a very neat design. Just a little guy. Jordan says, my dad had a tiny Hyperion with two 5-inch drives and a little amber screen. It had its own variation of DOS with a slightly higher vertical resolution available. And I wrote some BASIC in that, only to discover the resolution didn't work on other PC clones. Oh, that sucks. Okay, let's head... well, the sword. I would love to get the sword back. Oh. Ah. We had to abandon the sword because it was puncturing the boat. So I think it's down by the dam. That makes sense. So yeah, let's head down there and get it. And then our inventory might be full. We might have to drop something. But I don't want to leave that. Like if I leave it for too long, I'll not be able to remember where I put it. East-West Passage. Let's see. Let's go east, and then east, and then up, and then east again. Okay, and then down. There we go. Wrench and a sword. Take all? Okay, good. Okay. I was trying to type immediately when I get to the living room, but nope, gotta wait for that long list of items. Let's drop the wrench. Let me ponder our inventory here. I think we'll drop the shovel. It seems unlikely that there would be another treasure to dig up or any other digging we need to do. Okay, so let's save now that we're ready for adventuring. Hellstring says there was another machine called the IBM 5100. There was a crazy story about someone traveling back in time to acquire one to try to access nuclear missile launch computers in an apocalyptic future. Interesting. Okay. Down. And I guess we're going to go to Hades before we mess around with the timber situation. Because again, I don't know what I'd do with the timber. So let's see if we can figure out anything with Hades first. At least I have a single thing to try there. Narrow passage. I'm pausing to think about the mirror room. I don't think there's anything other than this is like a way to travel between spaces. Let's go east and then down. Entrance to Hades. Your sword has begun to glow very brightly. Oh, I just remembered. There were some engravings. Let's go look at those, because they might be relevant. I think we gotta go the long way to get there. So, southeast. Not these. Down. Okay. It's a large room with a prominent doorway leading to a down staircase. Above you is a large dome. Up around the edge of the dome, 20 feet up, is a wooden railing. In the center of the room sits a white marble pedestal. A piece of rope descends from the railing above, ending some 5 feet above your head. Okay. Let's try Down? Okay. Temple. Here we go. This is the north end of a large temple. On the east wall is an ancient inscription, probably a prayer in a long-forgotten language. Below the prayer is a staircase leading down. The west wall is solid granite. The exit to the north end of the room is through huge marble pillars. Wait, north? Torture. Okay. So it's down, but we can go north to... Okay, so it's like a stair. It's a staircase to the north, probably. Yeah. Okay, let's read the inscription. You don't even need to type the whole word. The prayer is inscribed in an ancient script rarely used today. It seems to be a philippic against small insects, absent-mindedness, and the picking up and dropping of small objects. Okay, that's the thing I was remembering. And the bell, when you ring it, you drop it. Not on purpose. Because this is like in an area adjacent to, and there's like other items here that, like, we found the bell in the room next to this. Like, I feel like there might be a connection, but again, I have no idea if this is like actually something or just, you know, a connection I remember making and experimenting with when I first played this. The final verse consigns trespassers to the land of the dead. Okay. All evidence indicates that the beliefs of the ancient Zorkers were obscure. Okay, this sounds promising. I feel like this has to be important. The small insects and absent-mindedness. I don't know what to make of that. But we can try ringing the bell repeatedly and see if that does anything. Like, the bell definitely has an effect. Philippic? Yeah, I was going to look that up. A bitter attack or denunciation, especially a verbal one. Does the Oxford definition presented by Google. Wikipedia says a philippic is a fiery, damning speech or tirade delivered to condemn a particular political actor. The term is most famously associated with two noted orators of the ancient world, Demosthenes of the Athens and Cicero of ancient Rome. Okay. What is a Zorker? Such a good question. People who lived here and Zorked, presumably. I guess that makes sense. Okay, so let's go south. The two ends of the altar are burning candles. Right, can we take the candles? Yes. I don't know what I would do with them. They do provide light. I'm not sure I want to carry them around, so let's drop them for now. And go down. And down again. The origin comes from when a Greek guy yelled at a king named Philip. Imagine getting yelled at so bad your name becomes a word for getting yelled at. That's incredible. Thank you for this detail in Sacred Crush. Okay, let's look here. You're outside a large gateway, on which is inscribed, "Abandon every hope, all ye who enter here." I would love to enter here. The gate is open. Through it you can see a desolation, with a pile of mangled bodies in one corner. Thousands of voices lamenting some hideous fate can be heard. The way through the gate is barred by evil spirits who jeer at your attempts to pass. Let's jeer back at the spirits. Don't know where the word jeer. Okay, let's ring the bell. The bell suddenly becomes red hot and falls to the ground. The wraiths, as if paralyzed, stop their jeering and slowly turn to face you. On their ashen faces, the expression of a long-forgotten terror takes shape. Take bell. The bell is very hot and cannot be taken. Let's wait. It's still red hot. The tension of this ceremony is broken, and the wraiths, amused but shaken at your clumsy attempt, resume their hideous jeering. Okay. So clearly there's like a time in which we're trying to do some sort of ritual. So what? I assume we can take the bell now. Oh no, it's still hot. Okay. How long we have to wait for that to cool down? But clearly, whatever we need to do here, like, we need to ring the bell, is what I'm gathering, and then do something else. And then say, hello, sailor. Should we drop other things and pick them up? It specifically mentioned picking up and dropping of small objects. It also said something about insects, but I don't know that we've ever... Oh, there is a scarab. I mean, that's the closest we could get. Should we get the scarab? Up. No. Let's go get the scarab. And I'll maybe grab those candles on the way back. Just for another thing we can pick up and drop. I don't really know what to try here other than to goof around a little. I was also trying to think of, like, is there anything we could, like, cool off the bell with, or, you know, pick it up with so it doesn't burn our hand, but I can't think of anything. I don't think we have anything that would accomplish either of that. Of course, we had some water, but that's gone now. Although I suppose it's possible we could get more? Should I take the bottle and try to fill it up again? It's worth trying, I suppose. Okay, I think there's water in the reservoir right now. Yeah. Fill bottle with water. The bottle is now full of water. Okay. Interesting. Is this a situation that goo could fix? It's a great question. I mean, it is magic gunk, so it could serve more than one purpose. But I kind of suspect it's just for patching the boat. Okay, so let's go southeast, down, west, southeast, down, south, take candles. Okay, I think the bell has cooled off. Okay, great. I guess we're holding a lot of small items, so that's how we're able to carry so much. Okay, let's save here. Especially since it takes the bell so long to cool down. So what am I going to try? I guess I'm going to ring the bell, and then I'm going to try picking up and dropping things, including like the small objects like the scarab, maybe the candles. I don't know. Oh, interesting. The bell suddenly becomes red hot and falls to the ground. The wraiths, as if paralyzed, stop their jeering and slowly turn to face you. On their ashen faces, the expression of a long-forgotten terror takes shape. In your confusion, the candles drop to the ground, and they are out. And it also just occurred to me that the matchbook is potentially a way to relight these candles. And I wonder if that's actually important. Also, I'm reminded of the mention of absent-mindedness. Just when it's the way it says in your confusion. Just I wonder if that's maybe meant to make a little bit of a connection there. I don't know. But let's try pick up candles. Light match. Light candles with the match. The candles are lit. The flames flicker wildly and appear to dance. The earth beneath your feet trembles, and your legs nearly buckle beneath you. The spirits cower at your unearthly power. The match has gone out. Do you think I can go in now? Or is there more? Some invisible force prevents you from passing through the gate. That was clearly a correct action, I would say. The spirits are cowering. That seems positive. What else could I do? Drop scarab. Dropped. Oh, okay. I wonder if... I can't remember what broke the tension of the ceremony last time. I wonder if just a single wrong action is what breaks the tension of the ceremony. I originally assumed it was time passing, but it's possible that's incorrect. Okay, 50... Where are we at? 59. Okay, so what's... This isn't going to tell me anything, isn't it? Is it? There's nothing special about the beautiful jeweled scarab. Let's go back and read that inscription again. Because I'm wondering if, like, the thing we're missing is in that, and we just haven't figured it out yet. Oh, went the wrong way. Southeast. Candles are becoming quite short. Oh. Sounds like it could be a problem. I was hoping I could get away with not having to type inscription. The prayer is inscribed in an ancient script rarely used today. It seems to be a philippic against small insects, absent-mindedness, and the picking up and dropping of small objects. The final verse consigns trespassers to the land of the dead. All evidence indicates that the beliefs of the ancient Zorkers were obscure. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what else we could do. I will say, for tonight, I will accept ideas from people who have not played this game. If you have any thoughts. If you have played the game, I prefer no hints at this point, but we might get to a point where I ask for some. You could pick up and drop some small objects. Yeah, that's what I was thinking with the scarab, but it seemed like as soon as I did that, it broke the, I forget what the wording was, but like, it clearly interrupted the ritual. Also, hello, Dice4. Welcome. So, like, either that's the wrong idea or, you know, it has to be something specific. You were just joking. Yeah, I mean, like, I feel like it's a reasonable idea, though. Let's try. I'm going to go back since our candles are getting short very quickly. Played the game once when I was much younger. I never finished it. And with a badly annotated map from my sister's boyfriend. Only remember tiny bits and pieces. Okay. We're at the entrance of Hades. So let's ring the bell. Take the candles. Light a match. Light the candles. Flames flicker wildly and appear to dance. The earth beneath your feet trembles, and your legs nearly buckle beneath you. The spirits cower at your unearthly power. The match has gone out. Just wanted to read that again, hoping like some hint in that. I think the bell and candles had something to do with the dead, but then you're here, so no idea. Yeah. Like I think what I have done so far is 100% correct. I'm convinced of that much. I just don't know what we need to do next. Are you trying to impress the spirits like a bunch of teens loitering outside the mall? Maybe a little bit. Or you're trying to do a sin to get sent to hell. Also, yes. Like, it's unclear what exactly is blocking me from going in. Some invisible force prevents you from passing through the gate. I initially thought that we needed to die and become a ghost to get past this, but that didn't help. So I assume this ritual we're doing here is important. Do a kickflip. I don't know the word do. Kickflip. I don't know the word kickflip. Impressed bored teens are playing Perfect Tides again? Man, I wish. Okay. So after a few turns, we did break the tension of the ceremony again. My thoughts are we can try dropping a different small item, like the matchbook is maybe one of the like smallest items we have, I would think. We could see if like reading the black book while we're here somehow does something different. We could try praying. We have discovered a use for praying in the game. I don't know if it serves any other purpose, but like that is a thing you do in the place where we got the black book and the candles from. So like there's some connection with these other items. So let's restore and try a couple of those things. Ring bell. Take candles. Light match. Light candles. Drop matchbook. Dropped. Take matchbook. Taken. Okay. So it seemed like the previous time it took more turns to break the tension of the ceremony. But I don't know if that's maybe because I would think inventory, looking at inventory counts as a turn. I'm pretty sure almost anything you do counts as a turn. And we can find out. Okay, yeah, it does. Score? No, okay. So probably like, you know, you're outside the game things like score, save, and restore aren't turns, but I think pretty much everything else is a turn. So I don't know if there's some randomness or maybe dropping the matchbook was the right idea. Oh, I typed light matchbook. Light match. Light candles. I was trying to be cool and do a bunch of things all in one sentence. Okay, let's drop the matchbook now. And then... No, tension of the ceremony is broken. We could drop the candles again? That honestly is not a bad idea. Based on the inscription. Ring bell. Yeah, I didn't mean to type a comma there. Take candles. Let's try this again, just for fun. Light match. Light candles. I think... Oh, I see. It's interpreting it as things we want to take. I feel like there's some way to do this to combine completely separate actions in a sentence, but obviously I'm not doing it right. Light match. Light candles. And drop the candles. Dropped. Take candles. Taken. Tension of the ceremony is broken. Yes, I did try. Dropping the scarab was the first one that I tried. Okay. We'll try prayer next. And if that doesn't work, I'm kind of out of ideas. Ring bell. Take candles. Light match. Light candles. Pray. If you pray enough, your prayers may be answered. Tension of the ceremony is broken. Hello, robot's friend. And hello to the wraiths. Yes. We're just having a good time at the entrance to Hades. Repeatedly ringing bells and dropping things and lighting candles. Hopefully we'll eventually get into Hades, but so far we're not having much success. What else could we try? All right, we do have a quantity of water now. I'm no longer convinced that this is a thing we want to do, but let's see if we can dump water on the bell to cool it off. Is there a three-headed dog costume? Not that I've discovered so far. Oh, we want to restore... Beep. Ring bell. Pour water on bell. The water cools the bell and is evaporated. The bell appears to have cooled down. Interesting. Take bell. Taken. Ring bell. Okay. So the same thing happens, though. But the fact that we can do that is interesting. Let's, this time I'm gonna ring the bell, I'm gonna pick up the candles and light them, and then I'm gonna cool down the bell and pick it up again. I don't know, like, I feel like the tension of this ceremony might be broken by the time I even get to that, but... Ring bell. Take candles. Light match. Light candles. It just occurred to me, I have a torch. Could I just light the candles with the torch? That would save me a turn. Robot's friend says, oh, right, Hades. I don't know how to get in, but I know getting out involves fighting your dad. This is not real. Well, not in this game, at least. Not spoilers. Noted. Hello, Edenwaith. Good to see you. Where are you right now? Trying to get into Hades? Yes. We are at the entrance to Hades, and I'm doing my best to remember how we get in there. So now I'm gonna pour water on bell. Water cools the bell and is evaporated. The bell appears to have cooled down. Take bell. Taken. Tension of the ceremony is broken. So that's pretty much what I expected. Like, we have 2 more turns after lighting the candles before that will happen. Think you need to ask the moon to solve this puzzle? Antica Crush says, I tried to get into Hades after buying it during a holiday sale, but it didn't take. If there was a spell to get you into Hades, I bet it's Zizzy. I don't think Zizzy does anything in this game. Because the hollow voice always says fool every time we use it. Lighting candles with a torch sounds like high risk moves for the impatient. Yeah, for sure, but it's worth trying. I'm gonna try it right now. Ring bell. Take candles. Light. Right candles? Light candles. The torch. Oh, come on, game. I'm so disappointed in the parser. Light candles with torch. The heat from the torch is so intense that the candles are vaporized. That's pretty good. All right. I appreciate it. I'm glad we tried. Zork definitely knew about Colossal Cave. Yeah, for sure. Oh, have we tried Plu? I can't remember. Hollow Voice says fool. Light candle with medieval flamethrower. Unfortunately, we don't have that yet. Ring bell. Take candles. So Edenwaith, I take it you remember how to do this. I'm not asking for the solution, but I am wondering if what I'm doing so far is correct, or it even at all in the right direction for getting me into Hades. If anyone else is familiar with the game, feel free to answer that as well. Is that a butane torch? It's an ivory torch. I kind of think it's like magic torch, but the game hasn't really told us that. All I know is that it shows no signs of going out. How many Zorkmids is a plover's egg? That's a great question. Light match. Light candles. Like, the response we get from this series of actions seems positive, and yet it gets us nowhere, ultimately. The earth beneath your feet trembles and your legs nearly buckle beneath you. The spirits cower at your unearthly power. Watch someone do a quick playthrough of this game. So from what I remember, getting into Hades is involved. You seem to be on the right track. Are you doing a lot of trials, or are you getting some hints on what to do? I am so far relying entirely on my vague memories of having played this both as a kid and at one point, I believe successfully, like 20 years ago. Well, probably more like let me do math. It can't have been 20 years ago, but a number of years ago at this point. Actually, maybe it was 20 years at this point. I keep saying it was 20 years until I went back to the game, but it certainly hasn't been 40 years since I first played this game. Not quite. Obviously, I'm doing some rounding here. Gotten further than I have. Found something in the forest and got eaten by a grue in the house. You must have gone into the attic. I did try going through the gate at this point. And there's still an invisible force preventing us. So we're not done yet. $20 or 30 years, yeah. Did start this up in VMAC and played somewhat recently. At least didn't become Guru food. I do feel like this is probably going to be complicated enough that I don't know that I'll figure it out on my own. Like, this definitely seems like the type of thing that is involved and non-obvious. Play bones like a musical instrument. Is there like an altar or some kind of ritual place? Yes, there is an altar near here, a couple of screens away. What did you have in mind? I feel like... what if we... I don't know. I was thinking, what if we did some or all of these things at the altar? Like, it seemed like this is the right place to do them because we're getting the reaction from the spirits, but maybe it's worth trying at the altar. As all my brain was able to conjure up, I distantly remember not figuring this out. Got it. Offer a tasty bowl of spaghetti as an offering to the fly spaghetti monster. Good idea. Where'd he get spaghetti? All right, let's restore and try the altar. That's not the one we wanted to restore to. Okay. Up. I'm pretty sure we can't just go up from here. Yeah. North, 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 southeast, east, down. Oh, our candles are getting short. Well, hopefully they'll last long enough to try this. Oh, Egyptian room. That was too far down. Okay, altar. So what happens if we ring the bell here? Ding dong. Okay. So yeah, I think the entrance to Hades is the only place where we get any kind of reaction from ringing the bell. Blow out candles? Flame is extinguished. Interesting. Light match. Light candles. Okay. So yeah, again, nothing happens when we light the candles here. So both of those things create a reaction at the entrance to Hades. So I think that's all correct. Let's go back to where we were. Issues with melting candles reminds me of the issues with torches in that Mac Venture game. Yeah, Shadowgate. Go through so many torches in that game. I'm trying to decide how to proceed here. I think first of all, I need I'm cold. I need to go get something warm to put on. And I think maybe we'll go pick up the timber and see if we can figure anything out with that. But I might have to resort to looking up hints. Just because I don't want to drag this game out. Like if this was my first time ever playing Zork, I'd be fine with dragging it out a bit longer. But I would like to wrap this up, at least by the end of tonight if we can. Anyways, I'll be back in just a minute or two. What I need is Invisiclues. Where's Invisiclues when you need it? Skateboard and backwards baseball cap. Hello, fellow wraiths. Perfect. I'm gonna see if I can find the Zork Invisiclues. What is this? I'm confused by this web page. Infocom gallery. This sounds promising. Ooh, there's a map. That's exciting. Huh. That's just the cover. Huh. How many grooves does it take to screw in a light bulb? Huh, this is not very helpful. It's just a couple of screenshots of scans, and some maps, which are interesting. I'll put this on screen. Give me a second here, just because it's interesting to look at. Just need to set up capture here. All right, so this is gallery.guetech.org. So Invisiclues were Infocom's line of hint books. So you had pages like this, and they came with a marker that you would color over the empty space here, and it would give you a hint. This page doesn't seem to include the hints in the scans, but you'd color over this and it would reveal an answer, and then if that wasn't a good enough hint, you could go to the next one, and that would give you a stronger hint. They start out trying to be very subtle and then get more obvious, and then generally the last one tells you exactly what to do if you're still stumped. But I thought we'd take a look at, here's the cover, of course, and they got some nice maps here. This is fun because this is honestly not that far. What? Stone Barrow. Oh, to Zork 2. Spoilers. That must be at the end of the game. I do kind of remember that. So yeah, most of the stuff aside from that is on my map, and I have mapped it in a similar, if messier way. And here's the underground area. Catch up on chat here. Yeah, I assume there's a UHS page for this game. I will probably end up looking at that if I can. I would love to find the actual Invisiclues book if I can. But if I can't find that, then we'll go to UHS. Is that why you said, oh shit, as you were closing the door? Yes, because I remembered Invisiclues. Also, Silver, thank you for checking on that. How many grooves does it take to screw in a light bulb? Yeah, I want to see those answers. Hopefully we can find them. Oh, what do I have in my inventory? That's actually a complicated question because I have... I'll just go ahead and switch back here real quick. Those are the items I have. Brass bell, pair of candles, a glass bottle with a quantity of water, a jeweled scarab, a sword, a matchbook, a black book, and a torch. But we also have a living room that's full of many, many other items. I think aside from a couple things like the timber and the pile of leaves, I've taken almost everything that seemed useful or sometimes even not that useful and piled it up in the living room. So there's quite a few things there. Hello, Hinton. Good to see you. I am well and also fine. I hope you are as well. Hello, Jattlers. Good to see you. I think this is the most graphics we've gotten out of this game yet. Yes, it's true. Let's get back to the map here. So, coal mine. This is all very familiar. The timber is the thing we want to check out. I don't know if it's useful in any way, but we should definitely take a look at it. Okay, so they do have all the treasures noted on here. Okay. It looks like they've listed any item you can find. Mirror room north. Crystal trident, air pump. This is obviously potentially significant spoilers, but I found so much of the stuff already. Like, I feel like this isn't going to spoil that much. Crystal Skull, I was pretty sure that was the item that we needed once we got in there. Huh. It's interesting that this is a fun map of the river. I forgot what sentence I was going to say there. Something was interesting. The granite wall in the treasure room is indicated in a similar way to the mirror. And then there's the granite wall in the temple. So, should I try touching it? I remember some folks at some point in the past, like, year or so, were talking in someone's stream, I think, about Zork and saying how, like, the granite wall, like, they spent so much time trying to, like, understand all the granite wall references in this game, and, like, I got the impression that there was ultimately absolutely nothing useful with all the granite wall mentions. I say all of them. There's not a huge number. There's a couple walls that are called out as being granite. I want to say there's a wall that says granite wall on it, but isn't actually. I don't know. But the way this map is drawn, I feel like there's got to be something to these two granite walls. So we should check that out. It's probably just like a teleport thing at best, so I don't think it's gonna do anything useful, but I would like to understand it. So the only thing I'm seeing on here that we haven't gotten is the crystal skull. Make sure we haven't missed anything. Tool chest is interesting. It's interesting because the tool chest is an item in the room, but it also crumbles if you touch it. So the fact that they bothered to list it on here makes me wonder if there's some way to get that without it crumbling or something. Programmer's dad owned a granite quarry? Perhaps. Any turkey dinners hiding within the walls? That's a great question. All right, so we have map of the maze. Useless lantern. Oh, right, the skeleton is another thing we did that possibly could be what results in us becoming a ghost when we die. Because if you mess with the skeleton, a ghost comes out and, like, I don't know, curses you or something. It's unclear exactly what effect that has. Let's compare maze maps. This is a much neater version. And there's my version. Both good, I think. I think this one's a little bit easier to follow. Useless lantern, skeleton key, bag of coins, rusty knife, skeleton. So we've gotten all those things and brought them out. Cyclops. Oh yeah, that was on the other screen. So, So this is, I think, a map of the entire game. And aside from the crystal skull, I haven't seen any items that we weren't already aware of. Does that mean some things are treasures that we didn't realize are treasures? Piece of paper. Oh, right. That's not anything interesting, I don't think. Huh. Oh. No, there's a treasure in the sandy cave that's not listed. Okay. So it looks like the items that are listed here are just things that are there in the room when you go there. So if there's something hidden in some way, it's not listed on the map. Yeah, we did get the treasure from the buoy. There was an emerald inside it. Is friendship a treasure? Unfortunately, we haven't made any friends, and I wouldn't know how to put friendship in the treasure case. I guess we could put our friend in the treasure case if we made one. Something to keep in mind. We've killed most of the creatures and people we've encountered, unfortunately. In my defense, they were also trying to kill me repeatedly. That's true. We haven't killed the Cyclops. I mean, we did feed the Cyclops, but they're just kind of napping now. So I don't know how we would become friends until they wake up. One time I woke them up accidentally, and they just tried to eat us again. So, but I think in their defense, I did wake them up by trying to kill them. Okay, I'm gonna switch back here just so y'all have to watch me go through Googling random crap. But I'm gonna try again real quick to try to find the actual Invisiclues. This looks promising. Oh no, that's just a it's just another page on the same website we're already on. I really want to find that actual book. Beyond Zork Invisiclues.txt. Oh, Beyond Zork. That's a different game. Well, I could order a copy. Oh, no available copies. Bummer. All right, let me check. This webpage seems like it's got... Oh, these are like some special downloads. Oh, no, it's just a text file. Okay. Huh. Okay. So unfortunately, this is just plain text. So I don't think I'll use this because it's too easy to accidentally see more hints than I want. We'll go to UHS and use that. But we do have the important answer to the question of how many grooves it takes to screw in a light bulb. So we will read that. A, don't go on unless you've asked, what is a grue? B, actually, we haven't actually asked that, so let's ask the game. What is a grue? The grue is a sinister, lurking presence in the dark places of the earth. Its favorite diet is adventurers, but its insatiable appetite is tempered by its fear of light. No grue has ever been seen by the light of day, and few have survived its fearsome jaws to tell the tale. Okay, now we can go back. B, you could break a bulb, then hide and watch what happens. C, none. Grues are terrified of light. I guess that makes sense. Why is this text written in programmer mode? That's just how it is. Okay, so let's go to UHS. UHS-hints.com. Okay, we have Zork I by James Anksani? Oh. Oh, we can't do this in the browser? Sometimes you can do them in the browser, right? Oh no. I'm downloading a free trial of the UHS app now. Okay, version 5 for OS 10. Yes, that's definitely the one we want. Although I suppose actually, we could for earlier Mac OS versions. It doesn't say what Mac OS versions. We could see if it runs. Let's do it. Let's see. We have a good save, so we're fine. Yeah, it is apparently old enough that it hasn't been converted to use on the web. Hello, DabbyDB. Welcome. Forget what game it was, but last time I looked up something on UHS, it was a download. Yeah, like I guess some older ones only have a download, but all the ones I've looked at before you can do right in the browser. But I guess it just depends on when they were created. Let's see, I haven't done this in a bit. I'm trying to remember. This is a little app that allows me to take files from my modern computer that the emulator is running on and import them. Okay, so let's see if we can open this up with stuff. If you do it in the browser, Apple can't keep you safe. That's true. Sometimes it's worth the risk. What? Just did nothing. Unstuff? Alright. It's working. This is a good sign. It was created with an old enough version of Stuffit that it's compatible with the one I have here. So hopefully it'll run on Mac, System 6. I almost said Mac OS 6, but it wasn't called Mac OS until I was gonna say 8, but it was maybe like 7.5? I can't remember. It was originally Apple System software. 7.5. I knew you would know, Edenwave. Thank you. I could have sped up the emulator, but it's fine. We're getting the authentic experience here. And then it'll be an even more authentic experience if it doesn't run. I feel like I missed some chat messages, so let me go back and check. Robot's friend said, GRU is an open source license where commercial users will be eaten. Oh, Eden Waith asked, what is the black book in your inventory? That is a book we found at the altar. It has a single passage about people saying hello sailor and the gods getting angry at them. Did I ever try saying hello sailor after doing the other stuff? I don't know if that would accomplish anything, but it does seem worth trying. Okay. Unstuffing complete. Let's see what we got here and find out if it runs. Let's put this somewhere else. Well, I guess I'll try to run it first. UHS. Oh, we got an icon and everything. This looks positive. Okay, here we go. It's working. It's working. Okay. Oh no! System 7. I could boot in System 7. We could do that. Let's do it. Just because it's Marchintosh, we'll do it. And also because this is way more fun than simply using the modern version of UHS. I love that it supports all the way back to System 7. Let's see. I'm just trying to remember where my System 7 disk is. 753. Sounds pretty good. I ought to do it. And then we should be able to load up our game from here as well, so we won't have to... There's Mac OS. So we don't have to go back and forth. Gotta load up all our system extensions. Okay. All right, so let's see. Now we can just drop our other stuff on here. So there's the disk we were... Yeah, rebuild the desktop file if it makes you happy. That's fine. This is being slow. Let's speed things up. Oh, 1x, no wonder. Remember when they stopped calling it Mac OS again? Astounding times we live in. Yep. Okay, so here's our UHS. Oh, we got proper icons for all our files here now. I'm not going to worry about the README, I guess. I think it's going to be pretty straightforward. Let's get our UHS file in here. So we're going to need our importing app again. Parstill, welcome. System 7.5, very nostalgic. Yes, same here. I usually use System 6. I appreciate the simplicity of System 6. But System 7 is nice too. Let's see, we're going to just drop this in our UHS folder here. But we're trying to get some Zork hints. I'm stuck in Zork. And unfortunately, UHS doesn't support System 6. But it is great that it supports as far back as 7. Okay, so hopefully that file will be able to open now. There's this... Oh, no! That's not what you want. Now we're really getting an authentic experience, though. Should I try? We could try a 701. Or I could even try Basilisk, a different emulator. I really want this to work at this point. At this point, I'm determined. If I can't figure out the Zork puzzles on my own, I can at least figure out this, right? Let's see what we can do. I won't spend too long on this, but yeah, that's fine. We don't need QuickTime. I'll spend a little more time on it. Yeah. Okay. Let's give Basilisk a shot. This is a emulator that I usually use for later system versions. Let me see here. I'm just gonna need a minute to do this capture. Y'all can just enjoy this blinking for a moment. Capture. Okay, unfortunately this is going to take me slightly longer than the like browser stuff I had to do. I'll try not to be too much of a perfectionist though. What is... Oh, I see what's going on here. Okay. All right, that's all right. Okay, and then... Yeah, that looks fine. All right. There we go. Blinking along at home. Great. You don't believe me? How could you? Okay. So this is... we were playing Lost Island of Alana. I've got some other things on here. But let's... unfortunately, I can't just drop our disk in here. But this does make it easier to share files. So... it won't take me too long here. Let's see, there's our UHS file, and there's our stuff at archive. If this doesn't work, I will be super disappointed. Okay. Great. I probably should have run disinfectant on that before I ran it, but it's probably fine. Because we ran a self-extracting archive, basically an executable that we downloaded from the internet. And there are classic Mac viruses that still persist to this day. This probably doesn't have one, but you never know. I generally try to check, but sometimes you forget. Let's see. Safe, that's good. That was good. Drop this file in there. Is this on like... How many colors are we looking at here? 16, that's what I thought. That's fine. 16 is all you need. All right, do y'all think this is gonna work? I hope it works. Yes! It's beautiful. Oh, look at that. I love it. Welcome to UHS for Mac OS. This is wonderful. Okay, let's open up our Zork file here. Okay. So, where do we want to begin here? Let me catch up on chat first. I won't spend too long on this famous last words. I showed you. Do you have disinfectant on this? It has the best about screen. Yes, I do. I have disinfectant on all my emulated setups. It does have a good about screen. Okay, so the coal mine and north of the reservoir. It's interesting there's a section that's just called spoilers. Isn't this all spoilers? Maybe it's titled spoilers because like the name of the area is considered a spoiler. So this could be the thing we want. But let's check out some sections here. Oops. Okay. It looked like it opened a new window. but clearly I was wrong. Okay. The forest, the White House, cellar, and south of the reservoir. That's kind of a broad area. Let's check that. Okay. Okay, here we go. How do I get past the spirits in Hades? Have you read the Black Book? 1 of 15, that's a lot of hints. I have read the Black Book, yes. Turn the page with your hand? Are you freaking kidding me? All right, I'll do it. Unfortunately, since we're in Basilisk now, we can't get back to our game as easily. We got to do that, and then hold on one moment. I should have set up Basilisk sooner. I should have known it would come to this at some point. Okay, there we go. We just got to boot up again. Turn the page with your hand. I respect it, and yet I'm so mad at it. Okay. Get out of here, UHS. I can't believe... Well, I guess it did run on System 7. I don't know if it requires a color screen or what. 7.6, I think, is what we were finally using. Saves. Oh, we don't have Zork loaded up here. We gotta load up my Lost Treasures of Infocom disk. Okay. Back to Hades. Hey, Mac, good to see you. I just remembered I never shouted out Silver. I'm sure y'all are already following Silver already. But... Okay. Let's read the Black Book. Maybe it requires PowerPC. Yeah, that's you're probably right. That makes sense. Okay. Turn the page. Turn the page. Hand. What? Come on. Beside page 569, there is only one other page with any legible printing on it. Most of it is unreadable, but the subject seems to be the banishment of evil. Apparently certain noises, lights, and prayers are efficacious in this regard. Did I pronounce that correctly? Efficacious. This game has some good words in it. Okay, so did I not try praying as the third step? I'm sure I did. But certain noises, ringing the bell, lights, we lit the candles, those were both extremely effective. This makes it very clear the last step is prayer. It's the best puzzle ever. Infocom had some good writers. Yeah, for sure. Dip fly wings into essence. Who is the Silver? I like the sound of them. Silver Streak, with an underscore on Twitch at least. Silver has recently been playing the Castlevania series, which has been enjoyable to watch. I've played a couple Castlevanias on DS. Those are the only Castlevanias I have ever finished. So it's fun to see more of the other ones. One day I'll get your one day you'll get your hyphen. Yes, I'm rooting for you. Okay, so let's try this again. I think we're in the right save here. So ring bell. The bell suddenly becomes red hot and falls to the ground. The wraiths, as if paralyzed, stop their jeering and slowly turn to face you. On their ashen faces, the expression of a long-forgotten terror takes shape. In your confusion, the candles drop to the ground, and they are out. Take candles. Take it. Light match. One of the matches starts to burn. Light candles. The candles are lit. The flames flicker wildly and appear to dance. Also, can I just say, when I light the candle, it's like, ah yes, you mean with the match. When I turn the page in the book, the game's like, what do you want to turn that with? The flames flicker wildly and appear to dance. The earth beneath your feet trembles, and your legs nearly buckle beneath you. The spirits cower at your unearthly power. The match has gone out. So, pray? I swear we've tried this already. Yeah, if you pray enough, your prayers may be answered. And then I tried it again, and the tension of the ceremony is broken. Fart. Don't know the word fart. Poop. Don't know the word poop. Shit. Such language in a high-class establishment like this. The candles are becoming quite short. I do appreciate that the game responds to swear words. Sit on toilet. Like, do I need another hint already? There's 15 hints total, so like it's not like the next one is gonna give me the answer. Let's see what it says. I'm not gonna switch back as much as I would like to. It's because I didn't set things up in advance. It's too tedious to go back and forth. Notice the subject, banishment of evil. I did notice this. Thank you. Noises, lights, and prayer are the key. Yeah. So like, this is going to take me through all the things I've already figured out. Notice any objects that fit these descriptions? The brass bell, yep. The pair of candles, yep. The black book. Do we need to pray specifically with the book in some way? Or is it possible that saying hello sailor like maybe I need to open the book and then pray? There must be a specific prayer. As far as I can tell, we've looked at all the pages. We already broke the read black book. Commandment 12592. O ye who go about saying unto each hello sailor, dost thou know the magnitude of thy sin before the gods? Yea, verily, thou shalt be ground between two stones. Shall the angry gods cast thy body into the whirlpool? Surely thy eye shall be put out with a sharp stick. Even unto the ends of the earth shalt thou wander, and unto the land of the dead shalt thou be sent at last. Surely thou shalt repent of thy cunning. Alright. Did I do this already? It's fine. Ring bell. Take candles. Light match. Light candles. Hello, sailor? Nothing happens here. Open book. The book is already open to page 569. Okay. Turn page with hand. Let's see what it says now when I open book. Oh, okay. So I guess whenever we turn the page, we're going back immediately to page 569. Pray with book. Hold book and pray. I'm trying to figure out another way to word this that read book. Like, maybe I should try reading the book. Read book out loud. Yeah, I didn't understand that. Hello, Adventure Josh. What's a Zork anyway? Great question. The world will never know. This game needs some kind of prayer practice session. Maybe delivered as a Lock and LARP. Oh, a lock and LARP. Okay, I understand now. I both understand your sentence and the joke. Yes, I agree that a lock-in LARP to teach us how to pray would be great. Pray correctly. Don't know the word correctly. Okay, so I'm gonna try open book and then pray just as two different steps. Well, let's open book and pray. Okay. So we're able to do that as one sentence. In this case, hold book? You already have that. So it's interpreting hold book the same way as take. Sorry about my sense. It's okay. We got to pray just to make it today. We sure do. Ring bell. Take candles. Light match. Light candles. Open book and pray. I'm gonna read more hints. This is baffling. I hope I eventually get to a hint that will like hint at the part I'm not figuring out instead of just giving me the answer. To perform the ceremony, you also need something to light the candles with. Yes, we have that. Like the matchbook. Yes, we're on 11 of 15 now. Ring the bell. It's just going through the process now. Get the candles. They will drop. Light a match. Light the candles with the match. The next one is the last hint. And if it just tells me to pray, I'm going to be very upset. Should I click it? I almost don't want to. I'm clicking it. Read the book. Did I not try that? Did I not try that? I didn't try that. Didn't try that. It's not the first thing I did. I prayed. I opened the book. I don't think I typed read the book in the sequence. I didn't do it within the sequence. I kept doing it before ringing the bell at all. One restore. Ring bell. Take candles. I'm so sad now. Light match. Light candles. candles are lit. The flames flicker wildly and appear to dance. The earth beneath your feet trembles, and your legs nearly buckle beneath you. The spirits cower at your unearthly power. Read book. Each word of the prayer reverberates through the hall in a deafening confusion. As the last word fades, a voice, loud and commanding, speaks. Begone, fiends! A heart-stopping scream fills the cavern, and the spirits, sensing a greater power, flee through the walls. Your sword is no longer glowing. South. Land of the Dead. You have entered the land of the dead. Thousands of lost souls can be heard weeping and moaning. In the corner are stacked the remains of dozens of previous adventurers less fortunate than yourself. A passage exits to the north. Lying in one corner of the room is a beautifully carved crystal skull. It appears to be grinning at you rather nastily. It's troubling. Did I lose points? I lost 5 points. I'm not going to worry about it too much yet. Take skull. Taken. 10 points for taking the skull. You worked it out all on your own. Almost. Edenwave says, as Allo mentioned, it seemed like half the battle of parser games was figuring out the correct things to type. I will say, like, I didn't. Yeah, it was a little bit of a parser confusion and a little bit me not being clear about what I was trying to do. Like I hadn't really thought through that I need to be specific about the type of prayer I am doing. I think what maybe threw me off is that there's another way you can pray in this game and accomplish something, but in that context you can just type pray. So I hadn't considered that we wanted to specifically read a specific prayer. And also I think the fact that it's listed as a, what does it say? Yeah, it's listed as a commandment, not as a prayer. So, yeah, I don't know. Crystal skulls are always doing that. Okay, so what did... we should add this to my map. Now that we're finally here. The last room that's not on my map, I think. Okay.
Thanks.
Goosier, hello. Thank you for the thanks. You're welcome. Those are some great skulls. Thank you for all the skulls. Let's see. Do I have any other skulls? Oh, yeah, I do. Of course. This one's very good. And then we also have Sonneveld version of the Camelot skull, which is very similar, but not exactly the same, surprisingly. How can you get 824 points? Seems made up. That's actually our number of moves. It is a little confusing, but our current score is 327 out of 350. in 824 moves, which gives us the rank of Master. So, oh right, I dropped the bell. That's how we lost 5 points. That makes sense. I think we're done here in the Land of the Dead. Candles are becoming quite short. That's okay. Passage exits to the north. Okay, now we can pour water on Bell. The water cools the bell and is evaporated. The bell appears to have cooled down. Take the bell. Oh, you're holding too many things already. I was looking up my score and I was like, oh no, our score didn't go back up. But it's fine. Do we have anything we can drop? I could drop like the candles. I probably don't need the matches anymore, but I'm set on piling as many things in the living room as I can. So we're just gonna go back. We'll come back and get the bell after we've dropped things off. We've obviously got a large number of moves already, so it's not like we're gonna have a super impressive playthrough or something. The candles won't last long now. Blow out the candles. We don't need them. Okay. I don't think it matters if they burn out, but... Alright. Let's see. We can drop the candles, the matches, the black book. Put crystal skull in case. 337. That's another 10 points. There are 20 treasures, right? I'm pretty sure we were told that specifically. Lost Wolf, hello, welcome. Hope you are doing well. Okay. You're welcome. Dropping the bell is... What is this in reply to? I feel like I missed some chat here.
Hello.
My windows are covering things up. Nodded off. Dropping the bell killed you? No. We figured out with many hints, with one hint, ultimately was all we needed. The slightly different than what I had tried final step of the process that allowed us to, as a living person, enter the land of the dead. Fortunately, we did not have to die to get in there, which is great. Okay. Also, hello, Goosier. Thank you for the hello. So we need to go get the bell. Do we have anything else we can drop off here? Why did that work? Oh, let's put the scarab back in. Huh. 342. So... I can't help but feel like either I've repeatedly miscounted, or maybe we have something that's a treasure that I didn't realize was a treasure? Let's go get the bell again. I'm trying to remember, had I put the bell in the case before? I'm just kind of assuming maybe I didn't think that bell was a treasure, and maybe it is? Take bell. Taken. Okay, so that didn't get me any points back. I'm trying to figure out how I lost 5 points at one point. Because we had 322. And then we lost 5. Oh. I took the scarab out of the case. That was it. Okay. Yeah, that is worth 5 points. Okay. So yeah, we're still missing 8 points. Which is interesting because, like, how many points you get for things? You generally get a point, some amount of points for finding a treasure. And then usually, but not always, a similar amount of points for putting it in the case. And like, most of the things I have written down are either 5 or 10 points. The scarab. Oh, pot in case. Okay. Oh, okay. Coffin is an example where we got more points. I think because it's hard to get out of where it is, we get more points for putting it in the case than we do for getting it in the first place. So we got 10 points for picking it up, 15 for putting it in the case. But usually it's like 5 or 10 points for finding an item, and then you get the same amount for putting it in the case. So like the fact that we're only missing 8 points is interesting. Oh, okay. There are some other treasures that were less regular amounts. Like apparently taking the painting was 9 points and putting in the case was 6. Putting the trident in the case is 9. But I am still wondering, like, if we're only missing 8 points, then a total of 8 points for finding an item and putting it in the case is the smallest number of total points for an item that I would have ever gotten. Which makes it seem like it's a fairly simple, one of the easiest treasures to find. And then the other possibility is I picked something up that I didn't realize was a treasure and just haven't put it in the case yet. And then we'll get 8 points for putting it in the case. Oh, the torch! We haven't put the torch in. Shit. Oh. Oh, right. I went back to Hades. Okay. How many points is that, though? But there's still got to be one more treasure, so I'm so baffled by this. $15 points for taking the torch. I didn't write down how many points for putting it in the case. Okay. What's in your case now, then? I'll list everything when we get back up there. Okay. So look in case. 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Wait, 17? Put torch in case. 2 points away. What? And that's only 18 things in the case now. One thing I just remembered that Ashley was thinking about at the end of last week's stream. You lose 10 points for dying. if there's something that requires you to die and become a ghost in order to get it, then that could explain what's going on here to some degree. I feel like we must have a treasure that I didn't put in still, though, right? I don't think the bell is a treasure. No. Oh, did I not put the scarab back in? Weird. What is... Did I miscount? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So I'm missing 2 treasures? But we only have 2 points. Oh, I know, but I'll be quiet. Okay. Interesting. Maybe the Zork owner's manual is a treasure? I mean, it's entirely possible that any number of things are treasures. Take manual. Put it in case. No points for that. Brass bell, black book. Oh, right. No. I was thinking we only had 1 treasure, but at the start of stream we needed 3, and we've only found 1 since then. So that leaves 2. So that adds up correctly now. I think I just got thrown off because of how close we got with our points. What if there's some puzzle where you got a different number of points? Do you need to find the end of this game next? I mean, we're working on it. I'm pretty sure, I think once we put our last treasure in, the game basically ends automatically, if I remember right. But it has been a while, and I've only done that like once, so... But missing 2 treasures is still very weird. And I'm still wondering if there's anything that we have here that could be a treasure that I didn't realize was. I did have the thought, I'm pretty sure I tried putting the sword in the case already. Yeah. The brass one. It does pertain to the friends made along the way, though you may not have met them yet. Interesting. What on earth am I missing in this game? Also, like, I mentioned the timber earlier, but I increasingly have no idea what I could do with the timber. It would be hilarious if you had the means to win the game the whole time but simply haven't typed the correct command in to win. I mean, isn't that ultimately the only thing you need to do in a text adventure game? simply type all the correct commands and you win. Make a campfire. A good idea. Alright, well, let's go get the timber, I guess. I guess I'm going to drop the bottle. And I'll take the torch. What is in the case? I just picked up the torch, which is one of the treasures. And then the rest of the items in the case are a beautifully jeweled scarab, a crystal skull, a large emerald, a chalice. That is specifically a silver chalice, a jewel-encrusted egg, a golden clockwork canary, which came out of the egg, a gold coffin, a scepter. I believe the scepter was inside the coffin initially. A pot of gold from the end of a rainbow, a platinum bar, a huge diamond, a jade figurine, a sapphire-encrusted bracelet, a trunk of jewels, a crystal trident, a painting, and a leather bag of coins. And again, we have a total of 18 treasures, at least that we're aware of. Okay. So we just have our torch and sword. Let's go get that timber. Hopefully, this is a minimal enough inventory that we can get it. Oh, let's see. How do we get there? Oh, I'm going to want that garlic, aren't I? Yeah. If I don't have the garlic, I'll need to go through the gas room, which is a problem with a torch. Take. 900 moves. Oh, right. I wanted to experiment with the granite wall. Let's do that first. Southeast, east, down. I think down one more. Okay. The west wall is solid granite. Touch granite wall. Fiddling with the granite wall isn't notably helpful. Look at granite wall. There's nothing special about the granite wall. Hello, sailor. Nothing happens here. Busy. Plu. Plover. What is the deal with the... Like, I feel like it's probably not anything important, but the fact that the walls are indicated on that map from the Invisiclues book seems notable. It's a pleasure to see someone playing this. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Oh, I missed your previous message. I need to start winding down, but I'm glad I caught a little bit of your Zork stream. Hope you have a great rest of your stream. Thank you. I appreciate you stopping by, and take care and sleep well. Yeah, I do have the canary, which is good because we have also killed the thief. Hopefully we didn't need the thief for anything else. Though I am fine with having to restart the game at any point if it becomes apparent that that is necessary. I think like it would take me a little bit, but I think we could go through a lot of this pretty quickly at this point. Okay. Push granite wall. I don't know what else to... Interesting. Pushing the granite wall doesn't seem to work. I'm honestly a little surprised that it, like, acknowledged that. Yeah, I don't know what else to do with the wall that we haven't already. Granite wall. Say granite wall. Down? No. Up. south, down, up, no, north, north. Okay, so now we're going to go get the timber, hopefully. North, if I can remember how to get there. We should use the mirror room. Otherwise, I'll have to mess with the dam again. Okay. Touch mirror. There's a rumble from deep within the earth and the room shakes. North. West. North. West. Squeaky room. Your sword is glowing with a faint blue glow. Bat room. In the corner of the room on the ceiling is a large vampire bat who is obviously deranged and holding his nose. Your sword has begun to glow very brightly. Okay. Now, where does my map continue? East. Shaft room. North. Smelly room. Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. In order to get there from here, I have to go through the gas room, which is obviously going to blow me up. When was the last time I saved? I don't think I saved since we got the skull, did I? I'm trying to find where the rest of this area is on my maps here. Okay. Machine room. Coal mine. Oh, okay. So the only way to get to the timber room, sorry. My writing is a mess and it looks like it says Tinder. The only way to get to the timber room is through the gas lit room. Gas room. Preferably not lit. Okay. No. How could you? So we have to bring our lantern. At least it has a little power in it still. We'll bring the torch as well, so we can use that as much as possible for light. Southwest. South. So many moves. So I'm trying not to worry about my number of moves, but it's hard not to feel constantly judged by the game for doing this in so many moves. I wish my map was not broken up so much because I keep getting confused. Okay. South. And we can just go down the slide and then up. Okay. So, take brass lantern. Take it. So we do... Yeah, we ultimately need the garlic, because we're going to have to get past the bat once we have the timber. Okay. I think maybe I'll drop my sword here, because I'm already worried. Let's save. And then drop the sword. Because I'm worried I won't be able to hold on my stuff and the timber. Don't worry, the game's not the only one judging you. Good to know, thanks. Okay. East, east. So we want to use the mirror again. So south, south, touch mirror. Northwest, north. West, north. Okay. I can't take the basket, can I? It's not a takeable thing. Yeah. Go north and drop my torch here. I guess in order to really conserve, I can go into the room. Oh. How do I get there? Oh. South? No, that's back to the shaft room. Small descending staircase. Okay, down. Okay. Turn on lantern. Gas room. Okay. So now, like, I'm pretty sure I have a decent number of moves left before the lantern will go out, but I want to conserve it as much as possible. So I'm going to try to plan ahead here and not make any mistakes. First, I got to find the rest of my map. Okay. Okay, so we do have to go through the coal mine. So first step is east, and then northeast, and then southeast, and then southwest, and then down. Okay. And now we're at ladder top, so we can go down again, and then west. There's a broken timber here. Take timber. Okay, good. We got it. Let's save. 61 timber. So now the question is, is there anything to do with this timber? And if so, where? I have honestly no idea. I say because I want to like poke around this area a little bit, but then I'll restore so I don't waste batteries. This is a long and narrow passage which is cluttered with broken timbers. A wide passage comes from the east and turns at the west end of the room into a very narrow passageway. From the west comes a strong draft. Another thing I keep thinking of is the bat. I don't know if we need to do anything further with the bat. I will say it has harassed me when I don't have garlic, but it hasn't ever attempted to kill me, so I feel like we don't necessarily want to kill yet. But, I mean, I'm mostly thinking about this because, you know, what if it's holding a treasure or something? I don't think it is, but it's one of the few ideas I can think of for where to get our last two treasures. Another thing I keep thinking about is, given that we're missing two treasures, and we're only, I mean, right now we're 8 points away, but that's just because we took the torch out. Like, we can get 2 points away from the max score. So given that, looked in a book and I think I know where the missing 2 points are. Interesting. I will let you know if I want any hints. I do wonder if we need to die in order to get a treasure. On the other hand, like, that would kind of explain some things. It would explain how we're only 2 points from the maximum and yet we're missing 2 treasures. It's like we lose 10 points, so then we're 12 points away. Which still seems like 2 treasures I would expect to get us a minimum of 20 points. But then the other thing is, like, maybe there's something we can accomplish while we're dead, but we can't pick anything up. So I don't know how that would help us get a treasure. Don't think you need to die? Okay. I have to see what items you have in the trophy case again to confirm. Okay. Dicebor says, oh man, I thought of a funny treasure possibility, but it might be too crude for this chat. I am curious. If you want to share, I won't like ban you or anything. You might get auto-modded, but I will approve it. If it is too crude, I will simply abstain from saying it out loud. I'm really curious what information Edenwaith has to share. I'm debating whether I want to know that or if I maybe want to try the UHS hint book some more. It's tough, but let's start by getting out of here with the timber, just for kicks. Okay, so we want to go east, and then up, and then up again, and then we're in the coal mine, so we want to go north, and then east, and then south, and then north. We're in the gas room, and up. Okay. Turn off lantern. Take torch. Okay, so we have our timber. Which is probably useless. Alright, I'll read it. Dazmor says, maybe you have to teabag the case to put the last 2 treasures in. That's probably not it. Okay, I got distracted. Where are we? We're in the smelly room. South? West. South. Let's look at the bat. There's nothing special about the bat. There's never anything special about anything I try to look at. Squeaky room. Honestly, a theory worth testing. Okay, I'll try. I'll try when we get back there. South, down, up. Okay. Let's put the timber in the case. Done. Okay, take the timber. Drop it. I accidentally typed take timer, and that got me wondering about speedruns for Zork, and I wonder what the speedrun record is. Also, like, it's basically just a typing test. That sounds like a really complex speedrun. Like, it seems like one where you would basically want to memorize the full text required to win and then type it as quickly as you can. Which, like, ultimately that's any speedrun, but, like, I feel like you would not want to stop to read anything. And, like, if you're typing fast enough, it's going by so quickly. So you have, like, almost no, like, visuals really to keep your place. Sounds terrible, honestly. But I would be interested to watch one. Why is the room squeaky? Because it's near the bat room, where the bat is. Presumably the bat is squeaking. I think that's correct. Okay. So Eden Waif, here's the contents of our case again. We have a beautifully jeweled scarab, crystal skull, large emerald, a chalice, a jewel-encrusted egg, a golden clockwork canary. Notably, that is separate. A gold coffin, a scepter. Again, I believe the scepter was initially inside the coffin, but we did take it out. A pot of gold, a platinum bar, a huge diamond, a jade figurine, a sapphire-encrusted bracelet, a trunk of jewels, a crystal trident, a painting, a leather bag of coins, and then again, we do have the torch in our inventory. So don't tell me yet, but if you think you know what I'm missing, I would be interested in hearing. Speaking of typing tests, I took a skill assessment test today, and one of the tests was a 10-key typing test. I had to take out my extended keyboard for that test. Huh. Interesting. Theory on the missing 2 points is probably correct. Okay, so let me ask this. I believe I'm missing 2 treasures. Do I actually have them? And I just don't realize it? There's 1 item missing. I can give you a hint or 2. Okay. No. I already forgot the exact wording of my question. Okay. Missing a treasure. Okay. But only 1, you're saying. If you want to give a hint, a single hint, go ahead. Because I feel like this is going to take me forever to figure out on my own. Because I really am baffled. The last treasure is not in the cellar/caves. Okay. So it's above ground. We have found some treasures above ground. If you played King's Quest VI, then I can give you another hint, but only if you want it. That's interesting. I'm still super stumped. Like, I could wander around, and I'm really curious how this relates to King's Quest VI. So go ahead and give me your hint. Very, very curious. All right. I was gonna teabag the case. I don't know the word teabag. I tried. Also, gamers don't look up. That's not true. I went up a tree. From the hints I've read, there is a similar type puzzle in this game, and also King's Quest VI to get another item. Now I'm trying to remember all of... King's Quest VI is a pretty big game. There's a lot of puzzles in that one. Golden eggs might be hidden up a tree, at least in Daventry. We got the egg already. Are you saying there's other eggs? We have the jewel-encrusted egg. Oh, you're just being silly about the egg. Okay. That's not part of the hint. Okay, got it. Oh, do I need to use the songbird? canary. And now I see the King's Quest 6 reference. Okay. Look at canary. There's nothing special about the golden clockwork canary. It's just your everyday golden clockwork canary. Intricate and fragile in design. We've all got one. Okay. I think I have a decent guess as to what I need to do here. Also, thank you for the hint. Appreciate it. That's a good one. Even if I'm wrong here. Let's see. Up. Okay. Beside you on the branch is a small bird's nest. Look at nest. The bird's nest is empty. You hear in the distance the chirping of a songbird. Winged canary? The canary chirps, slightly off-key, an aria from a forgotten opera. From out of the greenery flies a lovely songbird. It perches on a limb just over your head and opens its beak to sing. As it does so, a beautiful brass bauble drops from its mouth, bounces off the top of your head, and lands glimmering in the grass. As the canary winds down, the songbird flies away. There's a beautiful brass bauble here. Let's take bauble. Taken. Shit, I think it was at 332. Was that 7 points? Teabagged by a bird. Seven. Bauble. The bauble gives you a terrible concussion and then you're eaten by a crew. You were at 338, I think. Alright, let's find out. Take canary. Oh, I'm in the smelly room. Dang it. I'm not going to do it this way. This is too many steps. We'll figure out. And it's not that important. Okay, let's get back inside. Okay, so let's put the canary in the case and put the torch in the case. So that gets us to 349. Okay, so it was only a single point for the bauble. I suppose it is just a bauble. Put bauble in case. Done. An almost inaudible voice whispers in your ear. Look to your treasures for the final secret. We have the maximum points, 350. Look in case. In the trophy case is an ancient parchment which appears to be a map. Your collection of treasures consists of a beautiful brass bauble, a torch providing light, a golden clockwork canary, a beautiful jeweled scarab, a crystal skull, a large emerald, a chalice, a jewel-encrusted egg, a gold coffin, a scepter, a pot of gold, a platinum bar, a huge diamond, a jade figurine, a sapphire-encrusted bracelet, a trunk of jewels, a crystal trident, a painting, and a leather bag of coins. Take parchment. Taken. Read parchment. The map shows a forest with 3 clearings. The largest clearing contains a house. 3 paths leave the large clearing. One of those paths, leading southwest, is marked to Stone Barrow. Interesting. So, I'm sure I tried going that way before. I assume the path isn't there until now. It'd be cool if I could open the door now. Wouldn't. Yeah, I figured. South, west. You're standing in an open field west of a white house with a boarded front door. A secret path leads southwest into the forest. Southwest. Stone barrow. You're standing in front of a massive barrow of stone. In the east face is a huge stone door which is open. You cannot see into the dark of the tomb. Oh no, I need my torch. Oh, I need my lantern. I can't take the torch because then I won't have maximum points. Northeast. Take lantern. Take it. Turn on lantern. Oh, did I not actually take it? I took the burned out lantern. Oh, I had the brass lantern already. That's funny. Turn on brass lantern. I forgot I still had it. Okay, on the east face is a huge stone door which is open. East. You can't go that way. The lamp is definitely dimmer now. Oh, okay. So it's west, on the east face of the massive barrow. Inside the barrow, as you enter the barrow, the door closes inexorably behind you. Around you it is dark, but ahead is an enormous cavern, brightly lit. Through its center runs a wide stream. Spanning the stream is a small wooden footbridge, and beyond a path leads into a dark tunnel. Above the bridge, floating in the air, is a large sign. It reads, "All ye who stand before this bridge have completed a great and perilous adventure which has tested your wit and courage. You have mastered the first part of the Zork trilogy. Those who pass over this bridge must be prepared to undertake an even greater adventure that will severely test your skill and bravery. The Zork trilogy continues with Zork II, The Wizard of Frobaz, and is completed in Zork III, The Dungeon Master. Your score is 350, total of 350 points, in 45 moves." How do we get to 45 moves? Did we hit 1,000 and wrap around? This gives you the rank of Master Adventurer. I think that's like an incredible speed run in terms of moves, which is how this game keeps track of time. So I think we're an amazing speedrunner. Press any key to restart the Finder. Oh no. Okay, it just quits. Mizroy, hello, welcome. You're just in time for the end of this game. I hope you enjoyed the very last bit of Zork, and I hope you had a great stream. And welcome again, Dronon. And Silver, thank you so much. Oh my gosh, and Robot's Friend? How did those alerts not go off, or was I just so engrossed in winning the game? Silver, let me back up a little, in case I missed any other chat here. Hinton says your score is over 9,000. Did you win? Yes, we won. We won. Silver Streak, thank you so much for those 2 gift subs to Leo Kaze and Bellum128. Appreciate all your support greatly. When you restore, did it reset the moves? I'm relatively confident that we passed 1,000 moves. Like, I think it must only go up to 999 and then loop around again. But out of curiosity, I will go back and check that. Robot's Friend, thank you so much for the gift subs to Irrationally Rational and Heart447. Appreciate all your support very, very much. Thank you so much. Mizroy, congrats on zorking it up. Thank you. It was all right. I missed what you were playing. Hellstar Squadron. There we go. Twitch alerts lagging a little again. You were hypnotized by 45 moves. That's true. Let's see what happened here. Yeah, so this save we have 11 moves. So let's see, 62. So we have 982. So let's watch it happen here. Just pass time. Okay, so we have 999. Let's look at this. 999 moves, and then 0. Your score is 342 and 0 moves. This gives you the rank of wizard. That's great. Zork hack discovered. Yeah, we finished it. The last treasure we were missing was a simple one I had just completely forgotten about. And then it turned out the 20th treasure is actually kind of a freebie that you get at the end. On to Zork 2, where things get harder. We're not going to play Zork 2, like, not right now anyway, just because I got so many other things I want to do. Honestly, after beating that, I am a little tempted. But I think for now we'll do some other stuff. It's midnight. I think we'll probably do some world building now for the rest of stream. I'm going to take a break now, and I'll think about if there are any other interesting options. But I would like to get back into World Builder and try to finish that game up in the next month or so. Silver says, I need to figure out some stuff with you for the future. Yes, we do need to figure that out. It was a good amount of text adventure. Yeah. I really like this game a lot. It's very fun. And I think it has a nice balance of like I think it was last week somebody asked like what the story is of the game, and there's not really one. At least in the first game, I can't remember exactly what all happens in 2 and 3. But like there's lots of lore building. Like they build up an interesting world, and I really enjoy what the Zork games do with that. Mizrahi says, checked out 4 more games. Realm of the Ghost King, turn-based roguelike. Fishfly Frenzy, weird cute 'em up where you turn plankton into gems. All right, I gotta open a tab for that one. Weird cute 'em up is definitely something I need to look at. Hatch, first-person climber with wretched controls. Oh gosh, and Hellstar Squadron, kind of bog standard shmup. Got it. PD Island every stream now. Also tempting, honestly, but I think my mental health might suffer. I think it's probably best that I only play that once a week. And it's not Mao PD Tuesday, so we can't play it because it's Friday. There's still time in Mactober. 100 days at least. I think that's correct. Accurate counting. Thank you, Eden Waith. I appreciate your hints. That was very helpful, and it definitely would have taken me a long time. I'm a little disappointed in myself for not thinking of that at all sooner, but that was a tricky one. Like once you got my brain thinking about it, I absolutely remembered it, but. I looked through all my treasures earlier, and I specifically looked at them thinking, is there any use? I think I skipped right over the egg and the canary because I was like, we already did an extra thing with the egg, so of course, like those 2 items were done with, and I should have thought about that more. The story of Zork is you buy a house, go find some treasures. Exactly. And a very good story it is. Dronon says, if you use the French term for Tuesday, it's Maupidi Mardi. That is pretty good. Maybe we should be doing that. Glad you got the King's Quest 6 in. Yeah, that was great. I wonder if the puzzle with the mechanical nightingale in King's Quest 6 was influenced by Zork 1. That's an interesting thought. Anyways, I'm going to take a break. And then I'll come back and we'll probably do World Builder. But let me think about it. We could also do some random Mac games. That could be fun. Or we could do both. Back in a few.